G'day and welcome to another video from Chronicle Chamber. Today we are going to be reviewing the Comics Kingdom website and the subscription service. Now the reason we're doing this is because, as you may know, many newspapers recently in Australia and also the US have dropped certain comic strips in the last month. And one of the questions we have seen lately is, how can fans read the comics now? There are, believe it or not, there are still fans out there that used to read the comics in the newspapers and haven't moved to online. So now we suggest Comics Kingdom, comicskingdom.com. Now there are some problems with this website, which we will go through and we will highlight, but this is still probably the best option out there. There are other options. The next best option will be the Phantom Trail, phantomtrail.com. which is kind of cool that you can access a whole week at a time, which you can see here. But it only gives you pretty much a week at a time, which is probably the main problem with the archive. Now, the website, Comics Kingdom, does have lots of adverts, which you can see here. This is a shaving advert, which, you know, is not really that good or anything like that. And then the other problem would be the fact that there are some commentators and that will frustrate some people because some of them are not a huge fan of what is happening. However, if you are on social media, this is nothing new. We suggest you just bounce those snarky comments. It's not the end of the world if you disagree with someone. Okay, so now a free account will only give you certain access for a month, which I know would not please some, but it is completely understandable. From what I understand, I haven't been given exact figures, but it's about 20 or 30 times you can visit the website before it tells you that you need to purchase something. However, you can subscribe. Now, the yearly plan is $30 US a month, which is fairly, $30 a year, which is fairly cheap when you think about that. It is only maybe anywhere between 5 to 10 coffees, depending on where you live. So if you can maybe stop having a coffee every so often, it will pay for itself. You can also do a 2-year renewal, which is $40 US, which is basically you pay for 18 months and you get 6 months for free. And then there's also a 5-year renewal as well plan. Now there are discounts, and the good thing is that you can do a 30-day free trial, which is worth doing. That's what we personally did as well. Now, the best thing about the subscription is accessing archived comics. Now, in this system, it says that there is, from 1970 onwards, which is a good 50 years, which is like, wow, that is amazing. However, the problem is, while it's got here at 9,000 archived comics, which is a good number, and it will take you probably a good period of time to be able to access all of that, pretty much anything from 1998, 1999 onwards, you'll be able to access everything. 1997 only has the Sunday strips, which you can see here, which, you know, is not the best archive, but we will touch upon that in a second. The other negative is this here, which has the Sunday, which, as you can see, is a portrait model instead of the normal 4x3, which is what more fans are used to. I prefer the normal layout and not this layout. This, with Frederick's example, you've got a lot of white space, and you can tell it was clearly not designed for it to be laid out like this. It is quite negative to try and find comic strips past from the 90s. The website just freezes for me, so I would recommend not doing that. Another good example of the clunkiness of the website is this here. Now it actually has access to old Wilson McCoy and some Ray Moore stories, which you can see here, but the years are all out of date. You know, basically they are showing one day per day, but it's like Wednesday, September 21st, 2022. It's like, that's not what it is. It's, you know, let's have a look at it. It would be, if we click on it, which again, you can see it does take a while. It's got the wrong information. It's saying it's Ray Moore. This is definitely Wilson McCoy. This is, I can't even see a year on it, but this is from the 1950s, I believe. And it's the 13th of the 8th. So, you know, the dates are out of whack. You can't actually access that archive section via the normal archive section because it only goes up to 1970. And then this is clearly a 1950s example. Now, the way to access this is, if you want to access it, if you go to comicskingdom.com/phantom-1, which is the archive, the current stuff is /phantom. So that's the best way of accessing that, or you can try and go for a search for it, but that search function only works half the time. Now, the website's a dog's breakfast. However, if you're wanting to access the current stuff that comes out each day, it is worth doing. Now, if you read other comics, like for instance, if you're into Mandrake, Flash Gordon, and some of the others like that as well, it is quite good as well because you get all of them as well. So all up, on this website, they have over 250,000 strips in there. So there's a lot of content. However, for myself, and probably for most of these people that are watching this, you're mainly a Phantom fan, so you're probably really only wanting to access the current stuff, which is from about 1998 onwards, and then you can access some strips from the 50s, but again, it's not exactly easy, and you can't even try and find it in its year feature as well. So look, there's some problems there. Now, the obvious question we have is, why should you visit this website when the creators themselves and other fans post the strips each day on Facebook and other social media platforms? Surely it is easier just to be able to view those. Well, that is a great question, and I thank you for asking that question. Now, KFS, King Features, and Hearst, who own the Phantom strip, at the end of the day, had the power to cancel the Phantom as well as other strips. And did you know that they actually use this website to track what is popular and use it with their budget, their costs, etc., to make decisions on what to keep and to kill off? Factors like visits, i.e. you going in here and looking at your daily fix of the Phantom, comments, and as you can see, some of these comments are quite large. There's well over 100 comments per day, are all tracked. And if there are more comments, clicks on adverts, subscribers, i.e. if you're a subscriber and you're visiting Phantom content, that will help them to make the decision not to cancel the Phantom, and they will probably cancel other strips before they do the Phantom. Now, I'm not saying that is the only reason it won't happen, but it does play a key part. So KFS and Hearst do not track conversations. They do not track web clicks and stuff like that on Facebook, Twitter, and other possible websites out there. It is all done via the Comics Kingdom website. Yes, the website has plenty of holes, like accessing a true archive, reading and finding the Wilson McCoy and Ray Moore classics. And not to mention, you do get some snarky comments. However, it is still our recommendation to use this website to read your daily and your Sunday new and old Phantom comics. Before you make a comment, no, this is not a paid review. This is just the opinion of myself, who uses this website every day. And again, while it does have flaws, which we have outlined in this video and on our website, it is still the best option to be able to access new and older comics. So hopefully this will help you make the decision to use the website or even sign up for a 30-day trial. And hopefully we'll see some of your comments out on the Comics Kingdom website, and we can fill it up with positive comments instead of some snarky ones. So thank you for listening. Thank you for following us. You can follow us on social media. You can follow us on our website, which is chroniclechamber.com. And until next time, happy phantoming.